Hello guys and welcome back to our channel. Well, it's been 2 months since we uploaded our video. Yeah, it was a long day. However, we are back with a new content for you guys. So recently we saw that two of our subscribers unsubscribed from our channel, which is kind of disappointing for us and leaves us with the cruel reality that we should leave YouTube. Okay, we are not leaving YouTube. We are going to make content for you guys. So thanks to those 30 people for supporting us. But we want to give you something more better than before. And we want to support you by that. So by the meaning of giving support to someone is by giving him an assistance. Well, how this will helpful? Well, basically if you hire a assistant or a manager for your work or for you, they will cost money, and we are going to make this assistant artificially intelligent, so it won't cost you money, but it will cost you some Python skills. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. So how we are going to make this assistant? Well, it's pretty much simple because we are going to make it out of pure Python coding. So what are the requirements? Well, the requirement is nothing but a ton of cache. Here cache means the Python skills that we told you earlier. So how much time do you have to spend to make this artificially intelligent assistant for you? Well, this project has been made by YouTubers all over the world on various topics, on various titles. They have taken 50 minutes to 1 hour to make this whole AI. But if you don't have the patience of watching the whole 50 minutes to make a Python code working, that's a boring thing. So what is our plan? So we have planned this assistant making in a series of videos. What series of videos? So this will be a series that will contain various episodes on the topic of bringing an AI to life using Python. So it will coming be on every Monday. So without any more wasting your time, let's jump into the coding. So first things first, we need two things: Python and a code editor. For this video we are using Pycharm Community Edition. Okay, it's loading. So as we told you at the beginning, the videos will be coming on Monday, so we named our file Monday here. Let's open it up and then we will clean this. Okay, so we forgot to tell you something. Well, we are going to be making part by part as we told you in the beginning, but in this video we are going to make the communication system of our AI. What is basically stands for is talking between you and your AI. So how will this communication happen? Well, these simple lines of code will help you to talk to your computer and your computer can talk back to you. So what are the requirements? So get on the terminal and say pip install pyttsx3, hit enter. So we already installed it, so it's saying requirement already satisfied. But in your computer, after a couple of seconds of downloading and installing, it will say successfully installed pyttsx3. Okay, so now we are done for this part. Then we are going to import our pyttsx3. We are gonna write import and say pyttsx3, and then we will write a variable. For talking, it's kind of an engine that will talk to you, so we will name this variable as engine, and then this engine will initialize our pyttsx3 module by writing pyttsx3 dot init, and in the bracket give it parentheses and says SAPI 5. Well, what is SAPI 5? Well, Microsoft gives us voices built into Windows 10. So in order to use that, we will write SAPI 5 here. However, if you search on Google, you will find what is SAPI 5. So do it for yourself, or watch our previous video where we made our home security system using Python completely speakable. So there we showed you what is SAPI 5 from direct web searching. So now after we are done with that, we will write voices, and what is it for this variable? So we will call our engine variable, which contains our pyttsx3 module, and then let's call our engine and say dot gp. It stands for get property in Python. Hit enter and it will get what it will get. So it will get voices. It will get voice out of our computer. So after that we will write voice. So we will write voices here actually. Then what we are going to do is to know what our voices are. So there are two kinds of voices. Let's see what are those. Print, let's say, okay, print, then in the bracket write voices, then give it second bracket and say 0, then after the second bracket, sorry, not O, 0, then after the bracket say dot id. So it will print our first voice. And why are we writing 0? Because in real world indexing we use 1 as our starting point, but for coding 0 is the starting point. So deal with it. Okay, now let's run it and see what is our first voice. So our first voice is David, which is the male version of voices given into Windows 10. After that we are going to know what is our second voice, which is 1, and let's see what is our second voice. So it's Zira. So this is the female version of voices which we have in our Windows 10 computer. Okay, so now we have our voices. Now we need to set our voices. So we will write engine dot sp and it will suggest a set property. Then we will, in the set properties bracket, we will give it parenthesis and say voices, sorry, the voice. Then after the parenthesis give it comma and say voices, which will call our voices variable. Then we will go with second bracket, and in the brackets write 1 and then dot id. Okay, so it will set the voice to, what do we say, our second voice, which is the female version of our voices. After that, we will define a variable in order to making the process of talking of our computer much easier. So we will define this variable as speak, and after that we will give it bracket, and in the bracket we will say audio. So it is not recognizing, that's why it is kind of blackish gray. Then after that we will say engine, then it engine will say, what will engine say, it will say the audio, and the engine dot run and wait function will help the engine to talk. So now we are done here, and we will call main function here, our main function, and what will our main function say? It will speak, it will speak, it will say hi or hello, hi, I'm Monday. Okay, let's see if it speaks.
Hi, I'm Monday.
Okay, so it spoke. So it spoke. Now we know that our system can talk to us, but how can our system recognize us, that what we are talking? Well, another simple module can be installed. We will write in the terminal pip install speech recognition. Hit enter. Okay, it's saying requirement already satisfied because we already installed it. And when you install something, remember to import that thing. Import speech recognition as SR. Why we are importing as SR? Because speech recognition is a long name. So in order to keep it simple, nimble and short, we are using SR. So that's the reason. So after that, we will define another variable to actually what, to actually give our computer command. So we will define is that command, we will give it open brackets, and then after, oh, sorry, then we will give colon, and what we will say here, we will declare another variable r equals to sr, and after that include the recognizer class. Recognizer class is the upper r, so recognizer class, then keep it bracket or it won't work. After that we will say with sr, and another class can be added, microphone class, in this case microphone as source, so it will declare microphone as a source for our AI, and do that as source, and then give it colon, and after that write print, it will print listening. Okay, so it will write print listening, uppercase or lowercase, and the first, it's your choice. So we prefer the uppercase in the first letter, so that's our choice. Your mileage may vary, so check that out what you are comfortable with. Then we will call our r variable, and then we will say r dot pause threshold, and we will set our fast ratio to 1. So after that we will get our audio. Basically we are defining a variable, then we are going to say r dot listen, and then it will listen to the source. Okay, so now our system will know what we are giving him. So how can it recognize us? So we have to write another line of intended code. So we will write is as a try, give it colon, and after that we will print recognizing here, recognizing, and after that we'll say query. Basically it's a variable that we are going to use for this part. So query equals to r, which is our mic recognizer, r dot recognizer. Now we need a recognizer for our AI. So there is a lot of recognizer as you can see here, like recognizer IBM, recognizer V, recognizer Bing, Google Cloud, Onify, Speakhenix, and more. So for this demonstration we are using recognizer Google because we have used it and it's not bad at all. And in the bracket write audio and give it a comma, then it will set our language, and language equals to en, and after en, which is stands for English as we know, then un. Alright, now we need another thing to actually know what our user said, and we are going to print it on screen. So we will write print and we will give it a f string. We don't know why it's called f, but it is what it is. Developers have made this and we don't know. So f string, and we will say user said and give it colon. After that what it will do, it and give it third brackets and say query, and after that we will say backslash and n. Okay, so now what it will do, it will it will print user set and the query, which will recognize what's the user saying. So now we have to go to the crucial part. So in many cases the microphone won't be supportable or won't be set up properly. So in that case our AI wouldn't work. So we need to write an ECC for that. And ECC stands for error correcting code, well, which are found on server RAMs. They support ECC because in most cases for a power failure, drive failure, or some malfunctions, the server may be compromised. So in that case the data is being stored on the RAM, then it will deliver it to return it to our query. That's a simple thing. So we will accept what we are going to accept. Okay, this is spell that. We'll say accept exception as E, and after it give it this and hit enter. We'll print our error, or E in this case, E, and then we will print, which will print say that again, please. Say that again, please. So what this will do, it will ask the user to say that again. Then it will first return it to none. Well, this is not the Python's none, it's NONE. And then after this error has happened, it will return it to the query as we told you sometimes before. Alright, then we don't need this speak, and here we can say command, which is function basically. Okay, let's see if it works. Oh, so this may happen to you also if you didn't have pyaudio installed in your computer. So you're going to install it. Pip install pyaudio. Hit enter. Okay, it successfully installed pyaudio. However, if after doing after writing this command you find some errors, that might be your computer's problem with your Python compatibility. In that case, you need to switch to Python 3.6 or lower. That would work, and this has happened us too. So now we have switched to 3.6 and it's successfully installed. Then you don't need to mess with your Python configuration. And let's keep this shit up, and again let's see if it works. Hi there, I am from AJ Industries. Okay, it didn't listen that well, so let's try it again. Hi there. Okay, it didn't recognize. Hi there, I'm from AJ Industries. Okay, our microphone has some errors, that's why it's not listening the AJ Industries. However, if the microphone problem is not in your case, so it will run perfectly. So that wraps up for this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to give it a like, subscribe our channel, and turn on the notification bell, because we are going to make this AI in pretty much 3 to 4 weeks, and we hope to see you in the next one.